All right, guys, I'm going to walk you through how to use Canva, and that is canva.com. It's a tool where you guys can make some really cool looking documents. It is free to use. So when you guys get to canva.com, you can log in if you already have an account, or you can sign up and you can just log in with Google because that will use your Lake Park credentials. When you guys get to the home screen, it's going to look like this. Now, Canva has thousands of templates that you guys can use. I'm going to walk you through the left-hand side of the screen. They have recommended for you, which are templates they think you might like. There's a tab for all your designs that you create are all saved in one spot. And any design someone shares with you, maybe a classmate or a teacher, you'll be able to find here. We're not going to worry about the bottom four. Now, they have the templates broken down by categories that you can scroll through. But if you already know what you want to do, you guys can simply type it in the search box and it will bring up all the templates available for you guys to use in Canva. Now, you are more than welcome to start with a blank canvas and work on it yourself and create it from scratch. But I like finding a template that speaks to me, that looks like it has potential, because it's a good jumping off point. Now, the nice thing about Canva is pretty much anything you see is customizable. You can remove stuff, you can add stuff, change the color, change the layout. So use this as a jumping off point for anything that you make. You might find one that works perfectly for you, or find a template that may need a little bit of adjusting to work. Now, I'm going to go ahead and choose a flyer just to work on to make it easy. So once you choose a template, this is the screen that will open. Now, if you decide before you start working or even in the middle of working that you want to change your template, they have them broken down by category. So event poster flyer, advertising flyer, school poster. Don't worry too much about the category because you can change a lot of it. So just because you're not making an event poster doesn't mean you can't look at some of those. And just because it's not a school poster, there might be a template that works for you. So you can click it and it will automatically change it on your workspace. Now I'm going to hit undo, which is up here in the top, because I still want to work on the fall festival one. Control Z also works as undo. Now I'm going to run through the toolbar over here. Templates we just went through. Uploads. This is if you wanted to upload an image that you already have saved to your computer. So this is something that you have saved to your Chromebook already that you want to put into this document. Photos, there's millions of photos that Canva already has the rights to. So you can scroll through and see what's trending right now, or you could search a photo. So if you wanted to add a photo of an apple, you guys could do that. So there's millions of photos to choose from. Now, one thing I want to point out is any image that has this crown next to it, that's for people who have the pro account. That's an account that you pay for. Please avoid using those because it's going to give you trouble at the end when you try to save or print your document because it's going to want you to pay for those. So try and stick to the free stuff. Elements is a tool that I think you guys will find a lot of use out of. There's things like lines. If you wanted to add lines features, like you can see here, these orange lines break up the document. You can add different shapes. And remember, everything is customizable, so we can change the color of any of these shapes. Frames is exactly what it sounds like. It's a frame, and then you put a picture in the middle of it. They have moving stickers, charts, gradients. So these are just features to kind of add a little dimension to your document. And then, of course, they have trending symbols that may work for you. Now, I'm going to go ahead and go to the top and say I'm going to do an apple. Okay, so remember, we're going to stay away from anything with a crown. So say I like this apple. I'm going to click it, and it automatically puts it into my document. I can resize anything. I can move it to any part of the document. I can even rotate it if I wanted to. So you have that ability. Now up here, I want to point out, anytime you're working with a feature on your document, so anytime you click, whether it's the apple, the text, the banner, notice at the top, I get another set of tools. So you guys can change colors. You can flip it so it's facing horizontal or flip it so it's upside down. So I'm going to work on the apple. So say I want to change the color of the apple. Okay. And I want to make it orange for whatever reason. Notice I can do that. I can change the leaf color, the stem color, and even that little highlight color. So we're going to leave it orange. Now for font, if I clicked fall up here, I get all my different fonts, and there's a ton of great fonts. And of course, we're going to stay away from anything that's for the pro account. You can change the font size. You can manually change it or choose some of the numbers they already give you. You can change the color, the alignment, make lists. They even have effects now where you can add a shadow or make it neon or hollow. So Canva has a lot of great features. And there's some even more that you can explore down here. Now, we kind of touched on text. You can simply add your own text box and put in whatever font and color and style you want, or you can use some of the font combinations that they offer. You can change the font, but it gives you a preview of what the style is going to look like. So if you were to click, let's go up here and click Hustle, it's going to add that Hustle font in there, and you can move it. And I'm going to change it to say now open and make it a little bit smaller. Move it. And then, of course, I'm going to go ahead and change that font color maybe to brown. So now it says now open Fall Festival. So everything is really customizable, which is awesome. Now styles is a new feature. This one I haven't messed around with too much, but basically it is going to change the theme of the entire document. So right now I have these browns, oranges, reds, but let's say I wanted to try this green, blue, and pink. It's going to change once it loads the vibe of the entire document. Okay, down to the fonts. So as you notice, this definitely does not work. So I'm going to hit undo and bring it back to the original. Now, if you only wanted to change the colors and leave the font that's on the document, you could just simply change the color option. Okay, again, if you don't want to leave it, you can go ahead and undo, or if you wanted to change the fonts. So these are just pre-selected styles that Canva thinks works. Okay. Videos we're going to skip over. Background is exactly what it sounds like. This allows you to change the background of your document, whether you use a texture or image or just simply use a solid color. Again, I'm going to undo to go back to my original. And then nothing in folders or more is going to be needed for you guys. Canva saves automatically, but if you want to do file save, you guys have that ability to save it manually, even though it's just like Google Docs and it's constantly saving. One other thing that I want to show you before we leave today is you guys have the ability to share it with somebody. So you can type their email into the document. So if I do fakestudent@lphs.org, I should be able to send the invite. Now, lately, I've noticed that the send invite box has been giving people problems. So one thing you can do is simply copy the link, making sure that they have editing rights, and just emailing the link to them through your Lake Park email. So if you come across the fact that you can't send it through Canva, you can simply copy this link, head over to your email, and email that link to them, and they should be able to open it and edit it. Now, when you're working with someone, you won't be able to see what they do in real time. You'll need to refresh your page to see what they have done. So it's really important if you're working with a group that you guys are communicating everything that's going on so nobody is blindsided by you changing the document. So it's not as easy as working with Google Docs, but it's still a nice feature to collaborate on. So again, it's really user-friendly. Once you guys mess around with it, I have a feeling you'll get really good at what you do. Everything is movable. Everything is resizable. You can change the colors, change the style, rotate. So have some fun with it, and I can't wait to see your finished product.